What's going on, guys? Haben Godefi here, master of self. Today, we're going to talk about my relationship with meditation and how I got into it and the benefits of it. So, to not go back too far, I started meditating when I was 18. That was over a decade ago, and I've had somewhat of a inconsistent relationship with it. The reason for this is because when you first start off meditating, whatever your base level of energy is at, you end up ascending to a new level. So if your energy level was, let's say, a four or a three, once you start meditating, your new norm becomes maybe a five or a six or higher, right? If we're rating it from a scale of one to 10. And so every time I would level up, that would become my new norm. And I would kind of, in a sense, need meditation less and less. Though I think it's way more powerful when you do it quite often. But once you have become somewhat consistent with meditation, it becomes your new norm. And when it becomes your new norm, your life becomes a meditation. I think Eckhart, how you say his name? Eckhart Tolle. Is that how you say it? The guy who wrote The Power of Now. It was either him or someone else that said my life is a meditation, and that resonated with me deeply. But as of late, or at least within the past few years, I've always just meditated 2 to 3 times a week for 4 to 5 weeks, and then I would stop. Or I would meditate for a week straight, and then I would stop. And so I was always somewhat inconsistent with it. But as of late, I've gotten back into it, and I kind of just want to share some of the benefits that I've been experiencing and some things that I realized as of late. Um, I guess maybe it's something I've never really was conscious of in the past is that when you meditate on a consistent basis, like every day, what ends up happening is because your energy is changing, the things that you once gravitated towards or the things that once gravitated towards you start to change. So I noticed this maybe last year when I had a consistent period with meditation is that a lot of the content I would consume started to change. So let's say if I was just working all day and then at the end of the night, I would watch my favorite podcasts. My favorite podcasts were like sports podcasts or just like music entertainment podcasts, things that were very funny and kind of just like filled a void of needing some sort of human interaction and just needed some like laughter. It's something to just take my mind off of whatever I had been going through. Not even saying that it was bad, but so when I started to meditate, I realized that now I was substituting those podcasts for um, podcasts that were more informative, podcasts that were based around meditation, podcasts that were based around business and self mastery and becoming a better person. And so, as of late, I started meditating again, and I knew it was going to happen again. I was like, all right, you know what? Let's see how long it takes before I start to no longer crave the things that I was craving not too long ago. So what changed? It only happened after a week. After a week, I stopped craving my go-to forms of sugar. Not that I don't even eat sugar. I just substituted my chocolate craving for fruit. And as of late, I've just been addicted to pineapple. Like I eat pineapple every day. I don't even know if it's like good or bad for you, but I just love pineapples. Um, Instead of eating like cookies, I just will scarf down a bunch of blueberries. Love blueberries. I'll also eat less. I'm not eating just for the sake of eating or just for the sake of boredom. And then back to the whole the content you consume. I tried watching one of those funny entertainment podcasts, and immediately I was just like turned off by it. I was like, this is low vibration. I was like, this is not where I'm at right now. And so I substituted it out for like a podcast of two guys that were talking about their journey through healing their past, and I just related to it. And I felt like one of the things about podcasts that I love is that I don't know if it's somewhat a good thing, and maybe it's somewhat I don't know. You kind of got to just pay attention to it. But what it is that sometimes you feel like you're in the room with them, so it's very mindful of in life people say be mindful of the company you keep. Well, if you're someone like me that spends a bunch of their time, I work from home. Like I spend practically all my time in the house. Only time I go out is to, get groceries or just go on a long walk or maybe go on a coffee run. And so when people say be mindful of the company you keep, you also have to be mindful of the content you consume. So, like watching podcasts, you feel like you're in the room with them. You feel like they're having a conversation with you. And so, what I realized is that who I was hanging out with in the past, those old podcasts or those old Netflix shows or whatever, I feel like because my energy was changing, I no longer want to hang out with them as much. Or if I did try to come and hang out with them, it just wasn't hitting the same anymore. And so that is very similar to the people that are in your life. When you start to raise your energy level, and I don't even want to make it sound like it's like your energy level is linear. I mean, not linear, but like a vertical thing. Sometimes it's just like it could just be on two opposite sides of the spectrum. So if you were here before and you were attracting all these things, these friend groups, these job opportunities, consuming this kind of content, and then you switched over to here, that thing's going to fall by the wayside and it's no longer going to gravitate towards you, and you're not going to gravitate towards you anymore because you guys no longer attract each other. And so the same thing ends up happening with your friends, maybe even family members. Sometimes even family members as well. You don't want to spend time with them as much, or you just don't relate to them as much, or maybe they even look at you like you're different. When people tell you that, hey, you changed, and your intentions have been good, it's a compliment. Don't take offense to it. And so that's something that I've been noticing lately about myself, is that I have just been attracting new things into my life, things in which align with me more spiritually and just where I want to go in life. One of my favorite quotes by Buckingham Minister is, you never change the existing reality by fighting against it. You build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. I just butchered the heck out of that quote, but look it up. But yeah, in order for you to change something, you never fight against whatever your reality is. You just go build something new to the point where it becomes so big and so strong that that existing model becomes obsolete. So in a sense, meditation is the same thing. You never fight against your current energy, right? You just go and embody something new. And once you embody something new, which once had so much power and was once so big, starts to become small, and then eventually it just turns into dust. And so anyway, if you're someone that has never meditated or has thought about meditating or has meditated and just not consistent with it, I highly recommend it. People always talk about people need therapy. Everybody should try therapy. People always say this, but I'm not a firm believer in that. I think if therapy works for you, then you should. But maybe in a sense, I'm a contradiction, or I am a hypocrite, because I think that instead of everyone needing therapy, I think everyone needs meditation. Meditation is free, something you can do in the comfort of your own home, something that you can decide how long or how short you want to do it for. You can do it for 5 minutes every day just to get in the habit of mental focus, or you can do it for 10 minutes, or you can do it like I do it, 30 minutes, hour and a half. It just depends on where you're at. But the longer you can meditate, then that means the longer you're able to focus, the stronger your capabilities of focus are. If you can only do it for 2 minutes, or if you just can't do it, it's an indication that you have the inability to focus for long periods. And when you try to do it, you can play music, you can play frequency music, you can play music that aligns with the 8 chakras. Is it 8 chakras? Might be 7. There's like traditional, there's like universal amount of chakras, and there's like one more that no one talks about. So it's probably 8, or maybe it's 9, but so you can start there. I would start with the root chakra, just go from the base, root chakra, frequency, look it up on YouTube, and let that music play. And if you are having a hard time quieting your mind, it's okay. Just pay attention. Don't try to hush your mind. Don't try to be completely mindless and cancel out all your thoughts. No, just pay attention to the circus that is going on inside of your head, and you'll realize that that's how you are on a day-to-day basis throughout the whole entire day, at least your waking hours. Do that, follow that, and then eventually, day by day, your thoughts will start to quiet and you'll have more and more mental clarity. But again, I think meditation is for everybody. If you want to go on this journey with me, I've been on it already, but I have no plans on stopping, and I will talk about it again in a future video. But yeah, do this for yourself. Do this favor for yourself, not only for your present day self, but your future self will thank you for starting to meditate now. And I guarantee you, within 1 week, just do 7 days of 10-minute meditations, and I promise you, you will see change in your life. And eventually you start to embody a new version of yourself and attract not only new opportunities, but new people into your life as well. And you will see and feel the difference in your life. All right, guys, I'm Haben Godefa. If you like this video, follow for more or subscribe for more. I plan to post every single day. I won't let you down. I love you all. Take care until next time.